Hello and welcome to another issue of the Headless Hammerhead Guide to Comics and More. I want to wish happy holidays to you and yours, and to let you know here, we are going to be discussing a new adventure from the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game Nexus. This one is called The Murderworld That Time Forgot. It's the first in a 3-part series of adventures to be played concurrently or as standalone adventures. Although this video will not include any major spoilers, it may include some minor spoilers depending on how you are planning to use this adventure. So if you're a player, I would ask that you please stop this video and come back and watch it after you've played the adventure. If you're a narrator, of course, go ahead and watch, and let's get right to it. The adventure includes 2 maps that you can view larger, so that you can either print it out and use it in an actual tabletop role-playing, or you can save it and upload it to your favorite online tabletop playing source. The adventure is for characters ranked 2 or 3, although there are a couple of errors throughout the adventure itself and through the summary as well, where they mention different ranks, like rank 1, and then sometimes they mention that it's only for rank 2, but it does include a list of pre-made characters, pre-generated characters that you can use and that would be appropriate for this adventure. You can also create your own characters or use your characters that you've already created and are using in your current campaign or will be using in your current campaign. But the adventure can also be adjusted for characters of any rank. I would say maybe up to rank 4 to be reasonable, because ranks 5 and 6, the adventure, the way it's set up and the theme of it, just wouldn't make sense for a rank 5 or 6 character to even be in this adventure. There are several ways listed in which you can bring the heroes into the opening scene, but regardless of how you do it, it all begins in the same spot in the docks here, and then very quickly you go right to it. The heroes will see, if it's the pre-generated characters, they'll see a villain that they recognize along with some thugs, and then they need to act, which will trigger an opening battle and then a surprise that takes them to another place. The heroes awaken in another place, and immediately the main villain introduces himself over a PA system and lets the heroes know where they are and what they're doing there. And then the adventure begins. A lot of action ensues, and then there are several sections to this adventure that the heroes must traverse to get to the final boss and be able to claim final victory. Now, there is no map included for this second part of the adventure and for several of the other ones. And this one has a lot of events and things that are part of the environment that you need to know exactly where they are placed. It is very important that you do so. So I downloaded a map that I found online. We used this one and it worked perfectly. But you can use your own or use Theater of the Mind. Using Theater of the Mind will make it a little bit more difficult to know where some of these things are that you need to know about, but you can make it work if you're creative. The villain is Arcade, and he is known for putting heroes in intricate murder worlds, which are games kind of like Running Man, if you've seen the Running Man movie, and you have to run through and try to survive and sometimes kill each other to be able to win and survive at the end. He's also known for using LMDs, which are life model decoys or robots or androids that look like other people or other creatures, and you may see some of that in this adventure as well. We played this adventure as a holiday-themed one-shot, so I did not use Arcade as the main bad guy. I used somebody else, and I'll tell you about him at the end of the video. But also some of the NPCs that the heroes meet. For example, when they first appear in Murderworld, in this island, they meet with Captain America. I decided to use my own character, holiday themed, and I named him Professor Malcolm Xmas. And he accompanied the heroes through their adventure, and in the end there's something important that happens with this NPC, but you will be running an NPC as well with the heroes. There are a couple of huge surprises right at the beginning of the final round, at the end of the adventure. But before getting there, I mentioned there are a lot of sections to this adventure. Now, we ran it as a one-shot for the holidays before we took a break for the holidays of 4 weeks. So we didn't want to divide this adventure into several sessions, but because there are so many sections, this could actually take you maybe 2.5 sessions at about 3 to 4 hours each. So it is a pretty long adventure, definitely worth for the money and value, but I had to take out a lot of the sections to make it fit into one sitting session. In the end, we had our big reveals. It still worked out great. The players all had a blast. And when they finally met the evil boss, Felix Navidad, they were shocked, but they loved it, and we had a blast. So you can incorporate this adventure into whatever adventure, whatever campaign you're running. If you're doing a one-shot for any kind of holiday, like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, things like that, you can use a fun replacement for the main bad guy. And even for some of the characters that are found within the story, you don't have to stick with whatever is outlined in the adventure, and it'll still make sense, and everyone has fun. And so ends another issue of the Headless Hammerhead Guide to Comics and More. Thank you so much for spending time with me during this holiday week, if you're watching it in the end of December. And if not, well, happy week to you. Please, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. You know the drill. We are holding a contest where you can win everything Marvel Multiverse role-playing game that is officially released, and you will receive it all for free if you are the winner. Once we hit 249.2 subscribers, all you need to do is leave a comment and subscribe, and every comment that you leave will give you one entry. Catch my other videos for information on the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game and comics in general. And please check out my website, dangerouswaterscomics.com, where you can download some useful information, handouts and printouts, things like that, that you can use during your gaming sessions for Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. And don't forget,
we don't bite here.